Hello everyone and welcome to POL. We have taken this week's show on the road to the beautiful Lehigh Valley Zoo. I've got to tell you, they've got a little bit of something for everyone and everyone of all ages. Now Matt Province is the CEO and he said, come on down and I'll give you a tour.
I tell you what, I'd say it's one of the best kept secrets in the Lehigh Valley, but luckily over the last 5-10 years with some more high profile animals, we're starting to get on the map as a really big Lehigh Valley attraction. But it's a small zoo in a beautiful game preserve with a terrific scenic route in and out for that matter. It's a really big conservation nonprofit where what we do is really for the conservation of species.
As soon as you walk in the place, boom, penguins. Where else can you go, right?
I tell the story all the time to people who talk about these penguins. No matter how bad of a morning you're having or how tired or maybe not so well you feel on any particular day, you walk into our entrance, come down the hill, and you see these penguins and they're hopping around and you can't help but to smile, and all of a sudden you've got a clean slate for your day and you feel so much better about life.
Cool.
Zoo penguins are African penguins, so they don't really they're like me. If it's 50 degrees, they don't want to come out. Well, they come out, but they don't like it as much, you know, and if it's 40 degrees, we don't even let them out.
Well, it's funny because I'm not from the Valley originally. Now, I've been here for 20 years, but all the people tell me, oh, when I was little, I used to go there and pet all the animals in the petting zoo. And, you know, so it kind of evolved over time. And in 2004, it became a zoo as we know it. And 2 years later, we were accredited by the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, which is a real big kind of feather in our cap because that puts us in with about 250 other zoos, great for animal share, animal transfer, and then with the goal of course, at the end of the day, keeping the population of certain endangered or critically endangered species strong.
Is the layout where you make a loop and see certain animals, make another loop? Tell me about that.
Well, it's funny because I get asked a lot of times at the entrance, do you guys have a physical map? We used to print out copies of maps, but really our zoo is very easy. It's a big loop with maybe one small offshoot, like a big figure eight, let's just say. And I go to other zoos, like I go to San Diego Zoo, I could have 3 maps and I'm always lost. So I've been to the New Orleans Zoo, and if I didn't have a map, I'd miss so many animals. So the way we're spread out, it's a very easy walk. It's about a 3/4 mile loop. Now there is some undulation. We do have wagons and strollers and wheelchairs available for rent at the admissions gates. But aside from that, you can't get lost, and it's a nice, easy trip in a beautiful environment. We're a little small piece of the Trexler Game Preserve, which is beautiful for hiking and biking, etc. But we've got 29 acres, 25 of it which are in use for the zoo as the footprint as we stand in now. So 25 acres with about 325 animals of 125 different species. Still growing. You know, we just added a new exhibit in late June, early June, the red panda exhibit. But the goal is to kind of slow and steady growth over our next 5-10 years, maybe incorporate some more Asian animals. But we're always looking to continue to help with certain endangered species while giving the community a great place to learn.
So as we're moving around the zoo here, we're at one of your newer exhibits. Tell me about these critters.
Well, I was really excited when we decided that red pandas were coming to the Lehigh Valley Zoo.
Like that
popular.
one right there?
Yeah, they got a cool eye, right?
Look at it.
I think he's just
it is just so cool looking.
To me, it's a teddy bear come to life, isn't it? They just look like something you buy when you're younger because you wanted something to cuddle with at night and keep the monsters away. They're awesome. They're a popular animal right now in the zoo world. So to get something that's kind of in as well as something that is an endangered species, like for us, was a slam dunk.
So tell me, what does it eat? Where does it normally live? Tell me something.
So this is an Asian animal, and it's like the first wave of what we hope is a wave of Asian animals coming to the zoo. Part of our 10-year plan is to kind of integrate a Himalayan highlands section of the zoo because Asian animals have a similar climate, or used to a similar climate than what we have here in eastern Pennsylvania. So the red pandas are the first. And it came about a year ago this time when the opportunity to build a new exhibit presented itself, and animals presented themselves too, because obviously you have to acquire the animals. So everything came together. We opened the exhibit in June, and we're just so excited about it. The Rothrock Red Panda Peak is what we call this exhibit. If you go to our website, there's other available programming where you can do an encounter with a certain animal. In fact, this morning we had a group doing an otter encounter where they get kind of up and close and personal about the otter and learn about that particular animal. And we do that for several different species in the zoo. Summer's busy for schools, and in May we do a ton of school groups where there's special programming for the kids to learn a little bit more about what we are and what we do and about the animals most importantly. So it's a neat thing. lvzoo.org has a variety of programs and encounter experiences that we do offer.
Wait, see
We like to think of ourselves as any other major attraction. There are a couple of different places to get food here. Geeker's Tacos, which is very popular in Bethlehem, has a location here at the zoo, and we've got a snack stand. We've got Dippin' Dots all over. But the beauty is, unlike many other attractions in the area, we welcome people bringing in their outside food and beverage. I mean, we're for small families as a large part of our demographic, and they might just want to pack a lunch and save a couple of dollars and enjoy one of our shaded areas, whether it be underneath our pavilion or out on the deck under an umbrella on the patio. So we do welcome outside food and beverage to help save on some money for the guests that come in.
So the people show up, they obviously pay an entrance fee, but there's programs throughout the day, things going on throughout the day, right?
Yeah, there's different interactive experiences that we do offer. I mean, always the most popular is the giraffe feed, where you get to feed either Joshua or Tattoo, one of our 7-year-old Maasai giraffe, and it's an incredible experience. I mean, how often do you get to feed an 18-foot creature with an 18-inch tongue a plate of romaine lettuce? But it's awesome. They love to eat, and at the same time, it gives our guests an up-close experience. It's really as close as you can get to an animal this big. And they're very docile. They're two very docile animals, so it's a very good guest-friendly situation up here. But people love it. We've been doing it for years since we got them in 2017, and it's a tradition that keeps going strong.
That is a neat experience for people. I'm coming back with my grandkids. We're going to be doing this.
What's great is that, like, you get a lot of little kids and you don't know how they're going to react. Some are scared, some are a little apprehensive, but most of the time when they see how gentle the giraffe is with the tongue and grabbing the lettuce, they start to grow a little bit more comfortable and confident, and then they all leave with a smile.
Yeah.
Really unique.
So if somebody's sitting home saying, I want more information about it, what's the best way to do that?
lvzoo.org is our website, and you have to find and navigate through. There's all the information, whether it be finding out about our hours, or whether you want to see what kind of upcoming events or promotions we're running. Do we have any evening events coming up this summer, which we do? How much are ticket prices? What animals do you have? All the pertinent stuff is on lvzoo.org, as well as more information about our mission and our vision statement, which again, all center around educating the community about conservation education.
Thank you, Matt, for the tour. We've been here for over 3 hours, and there's still so much more to see, like all the birds behind me, more reptiles, more critters. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we're going to get up close and personal with a couple of animals. Stick around.